Hi, James. What are you up to?
Hey Tina, I'm making an electric circuit using different components.
Looks complicated. How do you figure out where to place each component?
I'm using a book to guide me. The book contains circuit diagrams.
In this lesson, you will learn about creating circuits using circuit diagrams. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to explain the significance of circuit diagrams and symbols used in them. Interpret different symbols for electric components. Describe a battery and identify its symbol. And draw a circuit diagram using the symbols for electric components.
So how does the diagram help you?
The circuit diagram is a simplified pictorial representation of an electric circuit using standard symbols of electric components. It helps me in placing the components and connecting them in the right way to form a circuit. I think you know what an electric circuit is, right?
Of course! I've learned about it at school. An electric circuit is a closed path formed by the interconnection of electric components through which an electric current can flow.
That's right. So you have the basic idea of what makes up a circuit.
I can identify the components when I see them in the circuit, but I can't really identify the components from the diagram you're referring to. Wouldn't proper drawings of the components be more helpful?
There could be so many types of batteries, wires, and so on. If we try to draw the actual components, it would be difficult and time-consuming. We use symbols to represent different things because they are standardized and are easy to understand and draw. Let me explain. If you think about it, you will realize that we use a lot of common symbols in our everyday life. Remember the symbol for danger shown on railway crossings or electric poles?
Yeah. A skull and bones. That's a common enough symbol.
Can you think of any other symbols that you have seen in your day-to-day life?
Of course. I've seen symbols for the sun, walk signal at pedestrian crossings, no entry, a wheel, and a restroom.
It would be difficult to draw an actual restroom as an indicator, right?
Yes, I see what you mean. It does make sense to use symbols. So, what are the symbols for different electric components?
Let's see. I will show you the symbols of some commonly used electric components. Tina, could you get my toolbox, please? Pass me the items in the toolbox. I will connect each item and show you how it is represented by a symbol on the diagram in the book.
Here's a wire.
This is the symbol for a wire.
Let's see. I've taken out a switch now.
There are two symbols for the switch, one for the on position and the other for the off position. I will keep the switch in the off position for now. Let me connect the wire to the switch.
So, what's the symbol for this?
This is the symbol for a cell. The positive terminal of a cell is represented by a vertical long line, while the negative terminal is shown as a parallel shorter line. Now, let me see. According to the diagram, I need to connect the cell to the wire. There.
Let me see what's next. Here's a bulb.
This is the symbol for a bulb. That's the last component I need to connect to this circuit as per the circuit diagram in the book. There. The circuit is complete.
If the circuit has been connected properly as the book said, then why isn't the bulb glowing?
The bulb is not glowing because the switch is in the off position and no current is flowing through the circuit. If current does not flow through a circuit, then it is said to be incomplete or an open circuit. It has the switch in the off position. Let me flick the switch to on.
Wow, the bulb is glowing now.
That's because now current is flowing through the circuit. A circuit is said to be complete when current flows through it. It is said to be a closed circuit. It has the switch in the on position.
Now let's have a quick recap.
Now, let's go one step further. Let's see if you're able to recognize the next symbol that I draw.
That looks like the symbol for many cells connected together.
That's good, Tina. This symbol does show many cells connected together, and it is a symbol for a battery. A battery is a combination of two or more cells connected together. It is formed by connecting the positive terminal of one cell to the negative terminal of another cell.
Oh, I get it. That's why the symbol for a battery has the long lines, each showing the positive terminal, and the short lines, each showing the negative terminal of a cell, alternately drawn one after the other.
That's absolutely right. We use batteries in many devices such as motorcycles, torchlights, mobile phones, wristwatches, and calculators. If a circuit that you're building requires relatively more power, you can use a battery rather than a single cell. For example, if we want to use a bulb in a circuit, then to make it glow, we need to connect a battery instead of a cell, as the bulb will require more power. Tina, now that you're familiar with the symbols used for different components in a circuit, do you think you can draw a circuit diagram? For instance, look at this circuit that I just set up. Can you make a drawing of it?
Of course. Let me draw and show it to you. Here's the bulb, then the switch, which is in the off position, then the battery with two cells in it, and finally the wires connecting them all. There. I have the circuit diagram ready.
Did you know? A circuit diagram is also known as an electrical diagram, wiring diagram, elementary diagram, or electronic schematic.
Good, Tina. The circuit diagram is almost correct. You have just made one small mistake, though. Can you spot the error yourself?
Oh, I drew the switch in the on position, whereas in the circuit, the switch is in the off position. Let me correct it.
Yes, now it's perfect.
A word of caution. Always remember not to touch a lighted electric bulb, a generator, an inverter, or any electrical appliance that is connected to the mains of an electric supply. You may get an electric shock, which may be dangerous. It is always safe to experiment using only electric cells and a torchlight bulb for any activity related to electricity. This brings us to the end of the lesson on electric components. In this lesson, you learned to explain the significance of circuit diagrams and symbols used in them. Interpret different symbols for electric components in a circuit diagram. Describe a battery and identify its symbol. And draw a circuit diagram using symbols for electric components.